Hey everyone, it's Yana here with a post chemo number 8 update. So 2/3 done. I like percentages, or I guess fractions. Yeah, so only 4 to go. Seems kind of crazy. I mean, that's awesome. I'm really excited to finish. But I was thinking about it, and I think it's gonna be rather bittersweet when I'm done because I really like everyone at the clinic. I like my doctor and his quirky sense of humor, and I like all the nurses, and yeah, it's just become like a routine, you know. Every 2 weeks I go and I see them and get, you know, checked, and so I think I will miss certain aspects of it when I'm done, but won't miss the chemo for sure. So yeah, so number 8 was nothing really to report. There was one new thing that happened actually the previous time as well as this time. So usually when they access the port, so they put the needle in and you know, draw blood for labs, blood is supposed to come out pretty easily. But last time the nurse had some trouble with getting a blood return. So she put in a couple saline flushes and tried to get the blood moving, and it wasn't happening for a while, and she thought that she'd have to put in some medication called Alteplase, which would kind of break up anything in there. And as soon as she mentioned it, like the blood came, and so we didn't end up having to use it. And then this time also there was kind of a problem with getting that blood return for a while, and so like she told me, you know, lift your arm, cough, lay down, and she put those flushes a few times, and again, like she thought this time she'd really have to get the medicine, and as soon as she said that, boom, the blood came, and so I didn't have to get that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the nurse said that that's something that happens frequently with patients. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully it will work for the next 4. And yeah, but that's the kind of new thing, I guess. So we'll see how the next ones go. Otherwise, yeah, everything was pretty much the same. And today is Saturday, so it's been a little over a week now. But yeah, feeling good. So that's good. Today's topic, oh yes, and I still have some hair left, and my doctor's comment this past time was, those are some roots. So, you know, always making some sort of comment. But yeah, today's topic that I'd like to talk about is about how to be a good friend to someone that may have Hodgkin's, but really I think this can apply to anything really. Any illness or any problem actually, but I'll share some things that I personally found helpful and what I would recommend. So I think if there are people out there that are wondering, you know, what they can do or how they can help or support a friend, I think the best thing really is just check up on them, you know, like send them a text every couple days or so and just ask, hey, how are you feeling? Honestly, it's that simple, but it really makes you feel like, you know, the person that's checking on you remembers and is thinking about you and cares about you and, you know, wants to make sure you're doing well, and that really means a lot. So really, that's like one of the best things you can do. And yeah, I always appreciated getting just texts or, you know, just anything really. How are you feeling? Or how's chemo? Or, you know, whatever. Just something that shows that you're thinking about the person. That is a really good thing. Another thing I would say is, I mean, it's good, of course, to remember that this person might be going through chemo and they might not feel well all the time, and you know, address that and ask them how they're doing. But apart from that, or when they say they feel fine and they look fine, just be the way you normally are with them, you know. Don't just like stop asking your friend to hang out or go out with you or anything like that. Like, just be how you were before. Just continue, you know, the normal life. Don't treat them any different. I mean, within reason. I mean, don't ask them to go like kickboxing, you know, or I don't know, like I'm avoiding sushi right now. So that's one place I won't go, but you know, if someone wants to just go out to eat, we can still go out to eat to a bunch of other places. So I would say, you know, just keeping the way you were before whatever happened to your friend, you know, and don't necessarily treat them any different. If there's something that they don't want to do or might not feel comfortable doing, you know, let them make that decision and refuse if they want. But I would say just act the way you were before, you know. Don't make them feel like their whole life it has changed or anything like that. For me, the worst time that I felt was in the beginning, actually. I would say after chemo number 1, I felt bad. And I was really worried that it would happen each time. And I was worried that it would only get worse, you know, with like cumulative doses. So I was really scared and thinking, oh my God, like, I don't feel well. And it was summer at the time. And I just remember like for those first few days, just feeling really hot and really sick and just feeling like so bad. And, you know, I just didn't know like how I would go on. But thankfully, you know, my fear didn't end up coming true. Like, it didn't end up getting worse and worse. It actually got better. I mean, maybe my body kind of got used to it, or actually, I think a lot of it is just once you experienced it once, you already know what it's like, and it takes away that fear of the unknown. So, you know, in subsequent cycles, if I felt nauseous or whatever, I at least had comfort knowing, okay, you know, I experienced this before and it went away. Like, I know it's just gonna take some time, I'll get through it. And there's comfort in that, knowing that it's, you know, it's manageable, it'll get better, and you've already been through it before, and you know, you'll do it again this time. So what was I saying? So I think my point was just that in the beginning, I felt the worst, actually, and I ended up getting better. But yeah, so I mean, I can see it's a confusing time for everyone, you know, because maybe my friends thought like, oh, I don't know if she can do this activity or this activity, but you know, I would just try certain things and, you know, see that, okay, like I'm able to like go for a walk or a hike or something like that. Okay, I can do this next time. So I think the train of thought is not as coherent today, but anyway, yeah, just, you know, ask your friend to hang out with you and do whatever you guys normally would do. And yeah, don't forget about them and check in on them and things like that. Obviously, kind of a generic statement, but support them, encourage them, you know, say positive things like, you know, you're doing great, like you look great, this is awesome. Like if they tell you something good, like that they're feeling well, encourage them, be like, yeah, that's awesome, great, like awesome, you know. Just, yeah, reinforce positive thoughts, like, you know, you're gonna do well, you're gonna get better, so that they will also think good things, you know. Don't like I said before, don't dwell on bad outcomes, unless your friend wants to talk about that. Like if they're worried about something, or if they're not feeling well and they are sharing something negative, then of course definitely acknowledge what they're saying and empathize. And like you might not know what exactly they feel like or how to make them feel better, but at least just show that, you know, you empathize with them, like damn, that really sucks, you know. And just, yeah, just try to be there for them. So what else? There were a few kind of examples of things that my friends have done that really stood out to me, or like really made an impact on me and touched me. So I'll share those just as examples. Chemo brain. So obviously, being told that you will lose your hair is a very scary thing, especially for women, but I think for men too. So that was obviously always a fear of mine. So my friends have done some things in this regard that made me feel a lot more calm, I guess, or accepting, or just, yeah, relieved some of that anxiety. So for example, going to wig stores and, you know, trying on different wigs and like helping me, you know, like style it, tell me like if it looks good or not, like actually like really try to help with that process, you know. to make it look nice. So I really appreciated that. So I would recommend that for cancer friends in particular, just to alleviate that fear of, oh my God, like I'm gonna lose my hair, oh my God. Try to like show that, there are solutions, and, you can still look great. And again, words of encouragement, and remind your friend, of course it's a scary thing, but we love you no matter what, hair, no hair, purple hair, buzz cut, wig, complete shaved head, anything, what matters is what's on the inside. And so that's an example. One of my friends gave me a scarf for my birthday. It was intended to be worn on my head because I had told her, I need to get scarves and, this and that. So she got me this like very soft, smooth, pretty scarf. And later, like, I tried to tie it around my head, and I sent her a picture, and it's very colorful and like flowery, and it was cute. And I told her, where did you get it? It's so pretty. Like, I want to get some more. And she told me that she got it from France. So I thought, like, okay, well, that's going to be a little hard. But it turns out that she was about to go to France pretty soon for vacation. So when she came back, she brought a bajillion, more or less, scarves from France. And she just like offered them all to me. And I just think that was just so nice and touching and generous of her, and so thankful. So I remember that day, like, I opened all the scarves, and they were all like so beautiful. I guess France has a better selection, but also she has very good taste, and she tried to, again, pick things that would look nice, and like she tried to like choose colors that would suit me. And so it's a lot of like also like flowery, purpley blue type scarves. So like we spent that evening like trying different, wrapping styles and things like that, and it was actually super fun. And like we came up with different ways of wearing scarves in different styles, so it's not always the same. And after that, like, I felt so much more relaxed about the whole process, not process, but about the possibility of, losing my hair and needing to wear scarves. Not needing to, but wanting to at that point, because like it made me feel excited to, have all these options, and I felt more ready. And it was just such a relief. And so I felt so grateful to her for that. So, you don't have to go to France, but just, yeah, like, help your friend, just like try different styles and, have fun with it, and see, what looks nice, what could be fun to do. That was really helpful for alleviating some of that anxiety. What else? There was a girl that worked with me previously, and she has since moved out of state. And so she had found out that I got sick, so she sent me a care package through the mail, and that in itself is super sweet. But she chose, like, she put in a bunch of like little things, and they're all super helpful for me. Like, she put in hand sanitizer, so I have hand sanitizer with me everywhere. lotion, which is so necessary. My hands are super dry. It's like kind of embarrassing, but yeah, I use it all the time. And like these cozy new socks and a card and gummy bears for fun and like a journal, and you know, it was just like all these things are really useful and practical, but more so the thought behind it was really touching. So hopefully those can inspire some ideas for others. I mean, basically the underlying common denominator here is that frictions is that just to show that you care, you know. It could be anything. It could be, like I said, as simple as just sending a text to your friend, calling them, asking to hang out, asking how chemo is, not asking how chemo is, talking about just whatever, you know, whatever you usually talk about. But just, yeah, just being there for your friend and being a source of positivity and encouragement for them, and, you know, root them on as they go through their journey and meet them at the end. So that's my message for the day. And yeah, those examples are really sweet, and I like thinking of those kinds of things. And yeah. So hopefully that helps you guys, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.